What's up, guys? So here we are, another day, continue working. I'm actually on my way to my fabricator, Adam Crystal, who is going to make us a new lower intercooler pipe. Then after that, we will figure out and decide on what I want to do on the car. There's a handful of things that I can do. The engine will not be able to go in this weekend due to me waiting on parts that won't be here till next week, sadly. Would have been cool since the engine, I already have the new oil pan on, but I do want to get the power steering pump and all that hooked up before the engine goes in, just to make everything a little easier. But yeah, I'll give you guys another update either once we get to Adam's house or I get back to my house and I figure out what I want to do. Alright, so just left Adam's, got a plan of attack going. We're probably going to do two separate pieces for that lower intercooler pipe. I'm going to go home, try and throw the subframe back in, take a couple measurements for him just to make sure all our angles and everything of the old hacked together pipe that I made are correct for what we need. And then after that, depending on how long putting the subframe back in and taking measurements, we'll see what else we can do on the car before it gets too late. All right, what's up, everyone? So got home a little bit ago. Forgot to film, but we got pretty much everything that's left put back in the engine bay. Also figured out the thread pitch for the power steering pump and the rack so that I can go ahead and order the AN fittings to make AN lines for the rack and pump. Getting ready to pop the whole subframe and front suspension back in. And I slowly putting stuff back on the car. Got one headlight, which I'll show you now. Got one headlight, kind of just threaded in. Actually made a mount for my fuse box, which is pretty cool. Tucks it up real nice right there. Got the front harness pretty much routed back through. Actually, I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but I'm gonna zip tie it and pop it up underneath the core support so that I don't have to have it up here and have wires dangling. What else did I do? I went ahead and took the coilovers actually off the suspension, just bolted them in to make it a little easier to drag that thing back in here. Still need to, probably gonna swap wastegate actuators because I have another one that I think is good. So I need to strip this down, and then probably tomorrow I'll take this to my buddy David's house so that they can port the wastegate hole on the back to hopefully combat some of the boost creep that I've been having. There's my MR2 power steering pump. And if we go outside, got the subframe. Pretty much just gonna go back in the car like this. So the things that we're waiting on right now is the custom mount that I ordered for the power steering pump, the aftermarket tension rods so I don't rub on them when I'm at full lock anymore, and the bushings. And then tonight, hopefully, if everything goes as planned and I don't forget, I'll go ahead and order all the fittings and the AN hoses that I need to make new power steering lines for the whole car. Still got to wire that up, look up the best way to wire that. I've actually got a couple buddies who did that conversion, so I can ask them. Also have to properly wire up my fuel pump, hardwire it. And other than that, yeah, it's kind of sad that I'm waiting on shipping right now to get the rest of the parts needed, because I want to get the pump all situated in the bay before I drop the engine back in, so that won't be happening until next weekend. But I can at least get the whole front subframe put back in, all the suspension on, fix any weird things, possibly remount the whole front end. So Bumper will go back on. Headlights, grill, fenders. And then potentially what I'd like to do, if I'm feeling up for it, is to finally mount the fog lights that I've been holding on to for this. So I'll have to wire that up, make a mount for it to go onto the front bumper. I also would like to, which I should probably do today since it's kind of nice, but I might just do tomorrow, paint the underside of the hood to match the bay, so when I pop the hood, you don't see this faded blue with white overspray on it when we painted the car. Yeah. All right, guys, this is probably going to be the last update for the night. It's getting kind of late, but the subframe put back in. Just got to torque that up. Steering rack's put back on. Also, just need to get the knuckles bolted back onto the coilovers. We also did, what else did I do? Oh, mocked up where I'm potentially going to put the power steering pump. The turbo, just got the wastegate actuator torn back off. So we're probably going to drop that off to my buddy's house tomorrow to get it ported after I get off work. Yeah, and then found out that, pretty sure this thing is not, that's not an 8-pound wastegate actuator, because I have a practically brand new one on my other turbo, and the old one feels way stiffer. Yeah, so all you gotta do now is zip tie up a bunch of wires, and then when that mount comes in, do the wiring for it, put the mount it. I'm also going to, there's another thing I wanted to do in here. Oh, gotta bolt the knuckles back up like I already said. And man, I'm drawing a blank right now. Oh, gotta get the engine to transmission brackets back on and the dust shield bolted in. Tomorrow, which will probably be part of the next video, I need to take measurements to verify that the intercooler piping is correct that we're gonna have made. And yeah, this thing is, I don't even know what I'm gonna do this weekend because it's almost ready for the engine to go back in, but I can't do that until I get power steering lines made and the brackets come in, which should be here next Tuesday. But yeah, also if you guys have any questions, or like I've been saying in every video, anything else you want to see, that Cressida update build breakdown slideshow video I'm probably going to end up doing just as a guide for everyone who's curious on how to do the whole 6M 5M GTE conversion, and also kind of just to tell a lot of people on the internet that yes, it can be done on stock ECU, because I'm still on stock ECU and stock injectors, and you won't blow your car up. But yeah, I'll see everyone in the next video.